Shalom, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Heavenly Father's only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakbadash, double honors to our apostles, the elders, great millstone for teaching us this truth. According to the Bible, and we're well, and now Shalom, not a sincere Akim throughout the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth through diligence and sincerity and in charity, and now Shalom, to all you sincere followers, believers of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, not just hearers of the word, but doers as well, you men, women, and children, hopefully elect Shalom. This is a quick hit in the news. Okay, October 5th, and we have in the headlines, 14 injured, at least 2 deleted in a downtown Montgomery shooting. Okay, and once again, evils and judgments are running rampant in the earth, man. All right. See here, Houston resident launch after 22 bodies found. See, it says Houston resident launched their own Scooby-Doo style investigation to find an unconfirmed serial deleter after discovery of 6 bodies since September. And this happening I'm assuming Houston, Texas. All right. Says, the police is clearly having a problem doing their job. I'm not understanding it first. After the first body, why aren't people stalking out and watching? Well, if they're Israelites, Esau don't care. The police don't care. All right. And this, once again, this is just more evils and more judgments from the Lord. Let's get quick precept. This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 3. It says in 5, it says, the just Lord is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity, which is no sin. It says, every morning doeth he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame. See, the Lord's always bringing judgment. All right. And now people fail to realize these things that are happening in the earth is all because of the Lord's judgment, man. Well, we had a Jake come out yesterday to the camp and was pretty much in a down and out spirit. He lost his, I guess it's one of his best friends or whatever. And, he everything was just going bad for him on that day. And like, look, that's the judgment of the Lord. We were trying to tell him he needs to repent before the Lord do him even worse than his friend. We're living in times, but the Lord's not playing, man. What is this? Woman who has been single for 4 years admits she's struggling to communicate with her new partner. Whatever. Let's see here. See what else we got. 2 children deleted and 2 more injured in a shooting at a gas station. Once again, going back to Zephaniah 3, the Lord brings his judgment every morning. And this happened in Texas. All right. See what else we got. Shat dating the OnlyFans. Who cares? See here. Scientists say they detected something huge shifting inside of the earth. Let's see what we got here. See what it's saying real quick. In their paper, the team proposes that per oversight, a type of mineral found at the bottom of the Earth's mantle may have changed the layer's structural configuration, causing rocks in vicinity to become denser and increase in mass. These anxiety, mental unease. These mental uneases, let's say that because I can't pronounce that word, sent out ripples that could have reached the boundary of the earth's core. And one thing that makes me think, what the hell's Esau's been doing in the earth, all right, to have the earth fighting back like this, man. And that's why the Lord's going to take this devil out, man. Let's get a precept. All that drilling this man's been doing, all right. It's Revelation 11 and 18. It says, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets. So I had apostles and elders, right? The true prophets, the true men of the Lord here, great millstone, their elders before them. Okay. It says, and to the saints, which are the Israelites, Psalms 148, and them that fear thy name, the elect, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. Now, who has given power over the earth? The wicked. Job tells you that. Job, the 9th chapter. Okay. And you read Malachi, the 1st chapter, it tells you who the wicked is. It's Esau, Edom. So the reason why the earth is shifting more than likely is because of these devils. And the Lord said he's going to destroy them that destroyed the earth. Let's keep going. Girl 17 meets violent end after accepting invite to a Texas party. All these Texas is really in the news right now. 17. The scriptures say, watch over thy daughters, man. Keep her in straightly. What's that? That's a rock. Let me see here. I think it's the 26th chapter. Well, here's one. Ecclesiastes 26 and 10. If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straightly. Yeah. Lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty. Right. And that's the job of a father, man. To watch over their daughters, because the mother's going to let them do anything the hell they want to do. All right. Which is pure wickedness. We supposed to watch over our daughters. Why is she? Look, 17-year-old. All right. And, and in this current age, 17, the mindset of a 17-year-old is not the mind of a 17-year-old back in the ancient world. Hell, back in the 50s. Okay. It says she was deleted in the early hours of Sunday after officials said the party turned violent and shots were fired. You see? And the Lord is not a respected person. He doesn't care how you look. He doesn't care who you are. Oh, she was too young to go. The Lord don't give a damn about that. Job says, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent. Job, the 4th chapter, I believe. So anyway, Sirach, Ecclesiastes 26 and 10. If thy daughters be shameless, keep her in straightly, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty. Right to freedom. It says, verse 11, watch over an impudent eye, and marvel not if she trespass against thee. Okay? Sneaking out the house. She probably was supposed to be at the party. Who knows? Damn. It says, in the Christian Post, judge says woman who set fire to church sent death threats to the pastor and his wife. They said she was she was possessed by a demon. Hey, ain't no telling what is going on in that church, man, for her to do that. See what we got here. want to see why. See, I'm reading it. Members say they received 13 text messages the day before the fire from a woman who had attended services there, and investigators alleged those messages warned the building would be burned and the people would be deleted. It says a 26-year-old woman, Aries Jordan, was taken into custody Wednesday. It says you have to be possessed by a demon to do something like that. You got to be possessed by a demon to be up in these fucking churches. How about that one? It's not giving the motive, but let's get a quick precept. It's the book of Acts, chapter 7, verse 48, because the Lord's not up in them churches, man. This is Acts 7, and I started 47. It says, but Solomon built him a house. Howbeit, right, a house for the Lord. Howbeit, the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands, as saith the prophets. So these church houses, all right, they're built by the hands of man. And the Lord's not dealing in them church houses, man. All right? These Christian churches are teaching nothing but lies. Okay, and the Lord, caused this spirit to fall back, right? But we're living in the times where the Lord's going to let these spirits run rampant, man. All right? It's going to be a whole lot worse than what this article is going into. Okay? Yeah, she set it on fire, but people could have died in there. Anyways, point of the matter is, the Lord's not in them churches, man. And the scriptures say, woe unto you pastors. Right? Let's go a quick one on that. Like I said, just something in the news, just, bringing out articles and linking up with scriptures and, letting our people know what times we in. Jeremiah 23:1, woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pastors, saith the Lord. So woe means destruction. It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord power of Israel against the pastors that feed my people. Ye have scattered my flock and have driven them away and have not visited them. Right, ye haven't told them the truth. It says, behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doings. All right? And the Lord's going to visit you, false pastor. You should be shaking in your fucking boots right about now. Anyways, reading on. Ain't no telling what was going on in that church. Let's see here. Around the world, migrants are being deported at alarming rates. How did this become normalized? Well, it's prophecy. All right? It's prophecy. And we're living in a time of Jacob's trouble. Jacob had 12 sons. All right? The so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, what we're being called today. Let's see. Damn. 16-year-old girl found in foster care. 16-year-old girl in foster care found dead in Baltimore hotel where she's been living. Once again, let's get a precept. It's judgment, man. And Lord, once again, is not a respect of persons. This is Isaiah 45:7. It says, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. So the Lord does all these things, man. Yeah, she up in foster care. Man. Hey, but that's the judgment of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. No one, matter of fact, let me just get it. I'm quoting it again. Job 4:7, it says, remember, I prayed thee, whoever perished being innocent. And this child, this young teenager looks innocent, right? Got a nice smile, But somewhere along the line, she was wicked. And she is receiving her judgment in this life that she just came to an end. It's Job 4:7. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? Even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. So somewhere along the lines, she, was being wicked, and Yahweh Bashem Yahushua required her soul. What? 34-year-old woman dies after trying to stop her dogs fighting over a chicken nugget. She died over a chicken nugget. Says Michelle Hempstead, 34, rushed into the hospital after being bitten by her dog in her flat in South Hen on Sea. I don't know, maybe it's in England somewhere. But this is by her dog while in her flat. It says the incident occurred last summer. All right. It says Hempstead's partner, Samuel, told witnessed the incident. He told the inquest that Michelle had simply been caught in the crossfire between the two dogs. And she had apparently thrown a chicken nugget into the air for her little Pomeranian and the larger Rottweiler crossbreed named Trigger. The much larger dog appeared snapped at the smaller Pomeranian, which prompted their owner to try to get between them and stop the fight breaking out. Unfortunately, Miss Hempstead, the Rottweiler Mastiff, then bit her around the upper arm and armpit, which severed major arteries and vein, and she began to quickly losing blood and went on to suffer from organ failure. All over a chicken nugget. You know? Hey, the Lord said these type of judgments are going to be coming. Right? Jeremiah 15:3. It says, and I will appoint over them 4 kinds, saith the Lord, the sword to slay, the dogs to tear, the dogs to tear. He tore an artery, man, up near her armpit. That's some crazy judgment. You know? But then again, why you teasing the dogs with like that, man? You know? These are animals. It says, and the fowls of heaven and the beasts of the earth to devour and to destroy. There's no new thing up under the sun. These same judgments are coming back. Let's see what else. I ain't gonna go on in that. It says, all right, this is from the Suggest. It says a New York man killed an elderly neighbor, 88 years old, after she refused to let him borrow her car. Right? And the scriptures say, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Right? Matter of fact, let's get that real quick. So I want to look up something. Hold on. Miss Matthew, give me 1 second. Is it 12? Yeah. It says, Matthew 24:12, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. NLT, it says, sin will be rampant everywhere, and the love of many will grow cold. You know, that's messed up, man. That's messed up, man. Let's get cold. In the Greek, psycho. Okay? Psycho. All right? And these are just a sign of things to come. Okay? Yes, it says senseless. He could have took the bus, could have took the train, could have took a Uber, right? But people don't have that type of time or patience. That's why the scriptures say, in your patience possess ye your souls. And we all got to be living like that. You know, we got to be patient. We have to suffer sometimes. Let's see what else we got. I don't know. I just wanted to touch on some of these articles, man. See what else we got. Let's end it off. Let's end it off with one precept. Let's go to Second Ezra, chapter 8. Brothers probably know where I'm going. Verse 50 says, "For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they are walked in great pride. And pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. Tyrese Gibson turns himself into the police, is charged with animal cruelty after his dogs alleged deleted a neighbor's pet." Look at this dude, man. We gotta get out of here, man. Esau and his laws. EMT mom responded to house fire that deleted 5, not knowing 4-year-old daughter was one of the victims. Damn, that's crazy. You an EMT responder. You can go to a call and you're going to call to your daughter. Heavy judgment, man. The scriptures we just read it. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell thereafter. Slakia. In the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they are walked in great pride. Pride is running rampant, so death is going to run rampant, man. Thus said the Lord, thus said the Bible. Till next time, shalom.